We get the draw. Hopefully there's no removal. Go up to 5. Go up to 5. Yes! That helps. It helps. It helps. Phoenix back in play. No way. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins, pineapples and watermelons. I don't even know. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. My name is Greg, also known as Hello Good Game, and I'll be your tour guide on today's journey through Quandrix Magecraft. That is a green and blue colored deck focused around all of the new Magecraft cards within Strixhaven. This is a lovely deck. We did a Simic or Quandrix Stompy version, last week or something. The Magecraft version kind of almost excites me more. There are so many cool combinations, and the power level within Strixhaven for the instants and sorceries seem incredibly powerful, and the Magecraft creatures also seem, a little OP. But don't worry if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about or referencing yet. We're going to break down the deck list. We'll talk about strategies, synergies, show you the gameplay footage, discuss our playlines and interactions, frustrations against the mono-red meta that is. We actually make out okay against it, which is nice considering all things there. So buckle in, get ready, and throughout this journey, you can judge whether or not this deck is right for you and your wildcards. Of course, if you do find any value, slam or tap that thumbs up, whichever you prefer. That's a great way to help support the channel for free, and it does make my life a lot easier, and it actually increases the community support that I'm actually able to give out to all of you through the contest giveaways, all of this jazz, which can be found in the Linktree link, whether you want to get in on the free stuff or help support the free stuff. It's all there. So cheers, enjoy. I hope you all have a magical day, and let's get into it. All right, at a certain point, I don't even know, but I just open my mouth, words come out. Quandrix Magecraft, 30, this is what I mean. I don't even know. A 3.0 average cost. Could you imagine if the average mana here was 30? What kind of spells would be in that deck? We have 20 creatures, 60 non-creatures, almost direct split between blue and green within the deck, and 24 lands to support that heavy curve out. New cards, Quandrix Cultivator, a 3/4 for 4 mana. When it enters play, grab a forest or island from our library, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle. If we need it to be untapped, we have the forest, we have the island. If it can be tapped and we don't care, sure, take the Triome, and that's a nice dual land. Moving on from that, we do have the Archmage Emeritus, a 2/2 with Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Absolutely lovely. One of my favorite moves here with the Quandrix Cultivator and the Archmage is to play that Quandrix Cultivator first, grab a forest, protect it with Snakeskin Veil for 1 mana, instant speed, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until the end of turn, right? So you're getting that available mana even on turn 4, which is great because then you can protect it. If they don't remove it, then next turn you can play your Archmage Emeritus on turn 5. Plus, even if you didn't draw a land, you already have protection for it, which is really quite satisfying. And when you do cast that protection, it's going to trigger the Magecraft ability and draw you a card. Some of the other Magecraft creatures we have in the deck, Dragonsguard Elite. For 2 mana, it's a 2/2 with Magecraft, and whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Dragonsguard Elite. We can pay 6 mana to double the number of +1/+1 counters on the Elite, which is actually relatively easy to do, considering 6 mana is not that much when we have all the ramp in deck. So what will we be casting on top of these creatures with Magecraft? Well, 2 of my favorite things are Decisive Denial, instant speed for 2, choose 1. Counter target creature, target creature you control, fights target creature you don't control, or counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3. So, just a hard counter spell is very, very good. That shuts down those big plays, whether it be ultimatums, extinction events, shenanigans like this, anything that your opponent's playing the majority of their mana for. Not anymore. Of course, you can just use it to fight those creatures, and Dragonsguard Elite does get pretty buff pretty quick, which is quite nice. We also have Quandrix Command at instant speed for 3. Choose 2, return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. That's the preferred method of travel here. We can counter target artifact or enchantment spell, which is absolutely amazing. Quandrix Command is such a BM on red decks, honestly. So return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Sure. and counter target artifact or enchantment spell. We can counter the cleave, and we can bounce one of their attackers back. Woof. We can even put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. So if we didn't need to bounce and we had a defender, we could just make that defender bigger and make sure that we got that block in and probably not die as well. Or target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library. This is actually quite nice if you're playing against a Rakdos deck, we discovered, because all of the escape, we can kind of stifle that a little bit, which really helps us out. We also have Heart's Desire. This is a 1-cost sorcery, which is really nice to play on the Elite. It's really nice to play on the Archmage, because it is so cheap and it allows you to hold up your counter magic within your other spells. Of course, the Lovestruck Beast comes attached to that as a 5/5 that can only attack if we control a 1/1. There's not many 1/1s in the deck, but at the end of the day, the Lovestruck Beast's job is strictly to defend, right? It gets in the way of those aggro decks. It allows us to use Decisive Denial with the fight effect on Lovestruck Beast to our opponent's creatures, triggering the Magecraft of the other two, which is quite nice. We're also using Lovestruck Beast to reduce the cost of Great Henge, a 9 CMC legendary artifact that costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures that we control. Tap it for 2 mana and 2 green to our pool. Whenever a non-token enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card, right? That's the main objective here, is to use the Beast and the Mammoth to ramp into the Henge. Mammoth is a 3/3 with landfall. When a land enters, it gets +2/+2, still allowing us to play the Henge on turn 4 through the reduction cost. And, of course, we have the Valley coming in tapped if we need there as well. Moving forward, we have Petty Theft. This will trigger our Magecraft abilities, return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Flash Flying 3/1, can only block other creatures with flying as the Brazen Borrower, creature side. The majority of the deck revolves around tempo plays. Quandrix Command, return creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Brazen Borrower, return non-land permanent to its owner's hand. And then finally, Into the Roil, in which we have 3 copies of. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was kicked, draw a card. For 2 mana, instant speed, the kicker is an additional 2. Bouncing our opponent's permanents and creatures back to their hand while protecting our own will allow us open attacking lanes to smash in consistently on our opponent. Of course, you're not only tempoing out your opponent with the bounces, but you do, of course, need to accumulate your own attack force as well through the Dragonsguard, Lovestruck Beast, Mammoth. Even the Borrower makes a phenomenal attacker. If you can use the Borrower's Petty Theft, then flash it in, and then protect it with Quandrix Command, bouncing their creature, putting the 2 +1/+1 counters on the Borrower, all of a sudden you have a 5/3 with flying, which is acceptable by all means. Again, reducing the cost of the Great Henge for us as well. Once we get the Henge in play, we just play creatures, draw non-creatures, trigger the Magecraft of Emeritus. So it's not a downside to have a non-creature creature blended deck like we do here, because we have the Henge for the creature draw, we have Emeritus for the non-creature draw, and we have adventure cards, which are both huge value here through the non-creature spell, Petty Theft, Heart's Desire, and then replaying it later on top of the Henge with the creature is absolutely phenomenal. That's the deck. We got the Triomes that you can pull with the Cultivator if you don't have Snakeskin Veil in hand to hold up, or you don't need the mana for any other things. That'll give you nice resources throughout the blue and green. Of course, if not, just pull your forest, pull your island, pull whatever you need. The Fabled Passages are here to trigger on the Mammoth for the Henge. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Thanks again for your time and attention. I really do appreciate each and every one of you checking out the videos recently. The support has been absolutely breathtaking. Cheers. I hope you all have an absolute magical day. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and I'll be back to wrap up after that. All right, we go first. 3 lands. Sure. It's Passage to start. This hand is way too greedy, but, what's the worst that happens? What's the worst that happens? We lose another game. Let's let it rip. One. I don't know. We might want that island. There's no need to double draw. Right, we don't have to double draw Heart's Desire. It's not that important. But it is important to make sure that we get this Emeritus out. Let's see how all this pans out. Could be Pretty terrible running into a Rakdos deck. It's not my favorite activity, I'll be honest. Right? We have no protection here either. We'll use it for later on next turn. Oh no! We lose our boy. Alright, forest here. Or we Mammoth. Well, no, the Mammoth gets rid of Snakeskin because it's a double green. Yeah, Heart's Desire can chill out. I do love the sorcery for 1 on top of the Magecraft creatures, but it's like maybe not enough to justify losing another Lovestruck Beast to a Heartless Act, right? How many times can we take a negative conversion like that, let them stalk their graveyard, and still survive? It'd be cool if we had the Veil to protect it here, and then the Henge to play on top of it. Drooling. Tossing the Mammoth sucks, but I don't want to lose our draw engines. If we could pull an untapped land, cast it, and then protect it, you know, that would be ideal. They're filling their grave. Gotta love that. So there shouldn't be any attacks here. This does pull us the forest to keep protection up, unless they use it right now, but it's irrelevant. I'm sure they do, right? Why wouldn't they take that opportunity? Of course, you know, 3/4 is just as good. Oh, just the Stompskis. So we've got some defenders here, I guess. Okay, Snakeskin Veil is up. Snakeskin Veil, Quandrix Cultivator. You know, that is a match made in absolute heaven. Bone Daddy in play. Our turn, we do get the go-ahead. That warrants their removal, you know, almost immediately. But we have the defender, right? We've got the Snakeskin Veil. At the very least, you know, we're demonstrating what we want the deck to do. They're sacking for the draw. You know, they still don't have enough engrave for Kroxa yet. And what are we going to do about that, right? Because the Veil goes into the Archmage, obviously. It's pretty awkward. I guess we just hope they don't have removal. Stack our Archmages. It's doubtable, though, right? Seriously doubtable. Oh, no. Even, odd. Odd. So we're losing our evens. Yeah, I guess, right, bro? What a BM. If we pull a land, we could have, you know, got the draw of Snakeskin, but maybe let's just protect ourselves down the road again, right? We could shuffle this Kroxa back in deck. What do we think of that? It's an option. I'm gonna try to slow down my playstyle. I know day to day this is always a struggle, but just to try to think about things, vent them at least out loud for you guys to hear, rather than just like giving it a glancing thought and rushing through to my actual playline, which is the Snakeskin Veil. No attacks are really warranted here, I don't think. So are they going to stomp us? If it's a stomp, that spends all of their available mana, and you know we're going to get to fizzle. Oh. Okay, that makes sense too. But, you know, they use 100% of their mana, attack phase over, we get the draw. And now this will dodge a stomp in the future. Okay. We definitely need to get that graveyard dealt with. And the exile is an additional cost to cast the spell. Like, I don't think we could wait. Maybe we could, but I don't want to risk it until they, you know, say these are the cards I'm exiling, this is the mana I'm paying. I don't think we could wait. I think we have to do it now. It's unique to be able to do that to them. I get the draw here. It's not totally bad. We should probably hold this up to counter, but they have so much mana. I think we go all in. And then, because this is instant speed, if there is any double blocking, we can deal with the double block via the other creature. Which is what happens. We get the draw. How many cards has this guy drawn for us? You know what I mean? He's just been putting in work. We get another Decisive Denial. It's too bad it's our turn and we're tapped, because that would be fun. So they're going to obviously scry the Goat away, scry the Strider away. and then we kill the other Strider. Just needing to avoid a Kroxa at all costs. And they can replay this bad boy here. 4 other cards. So that could be a problem. Cost 5, they've got 6. Blood Chief's Thirst plus the Woe Strider would be bad. Or they just go right for it, exiling the other Woe Strider for the first one. Okay, and we're safe unless they play a land. So we're just going to do it next turn. Okay, I'm happy with this. What's that last card in hand? It must be something... Okay, it's a land. We can't attack with the Lovestruck Beast, so let's just take the hit. Snakeskin Veil is, you know, everything I've ever dreamt of right now. Quandrix Cultivator, also my boy. Take action. We need a force here for the Snakeskin Veil. Hit for 5. 7 land. I don't see us cycling them both. Let's play one of them. That way maybe we can go on a tear. Are you kidding me? So we're losing evens. I guess we did want to cycle both of those. We need a Heart's Desire off the top. And then we're still holding up Snakeskin Veil. Lovestruck Beast, though, like... a 5/5 for 3. Cool. Cool. I get the attack, you know, requirement on it through the 1/1, but when it does it itself, like, whoa. Okay, so we're dealing with more of the grave, which is actually really good because then Kroxa is not going to be double played, and I don't care about the Strider that much. Let's cycle a Triome. I think this is lethal. Let's kick it back, baby. And we're still protecting the beasts. The sad thing here is, you know, if they deal with the 1/1, because of the +1/+1 token on the 1/1. You know, that's the real problem. Because then the beasts are useless. No, we got him. Good game. It's close. It's pretty awkward. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just there as a blocker and for us to use Decisive Denial for the attack. And it will draw us cards potentially as well, which is pretty cool. Because Heart's Desire is sorcery on top of Emeritus, right? Ayo! Going first. I love you, Dragonsguard Elite. You're so good! You're so good! Obosh is not good, though. Right, is it Temur Obosh, Mono Red Obosh, Mono Black, Rakdos? Heck, it could be even Mono White. We've seen that before, too. We're going first, so I think, you know, we can play the passage, right? They're going slow, too. So it's no harm, no foul. Take a green source. But if we know they have immediate removal, we don't want to play this till turn 4, and then we want to protect it. Could also play it next turn. Let's put one out now, just to draw some removal. Right? If we can grab a stomp out of their hand or something, that would be neat. Spectral Hazard. That's a card. So this is the mono red mid-range version. They could have something on the stack. I want them to play it right here when we pass priority back. Oh, no, this is Sorcery Speaking Fool. I just fucked that up. But they could have done it on the stack anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered. Because they get it passed back to them when I enter my combat to say, okay, your combat's over. Even though I'm not doing a combat. Whoops! So there goes that first plant, right? Do we just go for it? I think so. Before they can buff it with open lands, right, we just take it. And that way, when their turn starts, we're at 3 again instead of 1. I'm sure they have the removal. You know, they've got 3 snow sources, so Frostbite does it. They could even just attack with the Haven. Yeah, okay, here's a Frostbite. Cry. They're gonna get to Obosh, and we're gonna be so sad. We don't have the second blue source, which is frightening. Phoenix is just gonna rain down terror, or what? Yeah, that's alright, we can fight that again. They will run out of cards eventually. Oh, I hate that. Just get it out of the way. Alright, it's better just to wait on it. 3 damage isn't that bad. Right? It's like only for 1. Let's take the draw here. Hopefully it's an island. LOL. No. Bounce their land back to their hand or their Obosh. Because I kind of want to fight their Obosh. How else will we get around that? Alright, this is instant speed. And their turn. Dragonsguard Elite, you guys, for reals, this card is going to be in play all the time. Yeah, so that's like a lot of their mana. I guess we still both die. I could have done it with the 5/5. I don't think that matters. Let's take the draw and the life. Ooh. The plot thickens here. I need that island. We should have done that first. What if... Well, the Magecraft is nice if we can use that. I was thinking, what if we just flash block the Phoenix? This can bounce the lands. It's only the Borrower's Petty Theft that's non-land. So let's let them sink their mana into it first. Or we'll just take 3. Interesting. Right to me. This is artifact or enchantment only. Okay. Anything else? No. Oh my gosh, the ultimate BM. Oh, and we don't have the second blue. Shit. We should have done that first. I thought they were going to sink their mana into it, and we could have got more value. My bad. Sometimes you got to risk it. Oh. They're doing the do. Grabbing our island here. Much better. Next turn, hopefully we can get our Emeritus out. We're still at 10. It's still super duper risky, and we took damage for nothing. And we took damage for nothing. This makes me upset. We're not going to do it this time, though. Oh, that is interesting. Let's just kick it. Let's kick it real good. Take that draw, right? Blue block. Come on. Oh, that's not that bad. It's not a 2-drop though. Right, it's not a Decisive Denial. That's what we need more of. They have 2 hidden cards in hand. Here comes the Phoenix again. We get the draw. Hopefully there's no removal. Go up to 5. Go up to 5. Yes! That helps. It helps. It helps. Phoenix back in play. No way. We have 7, 8, 9. Minus... Yeah, that'll work. As long as we pull an island here, I guess. The Cultivator, so good, so good. Right now we still have 6 up. No attacks end turn. Right, if we can burn their hand out and just keep assembling more value, more life, we'll get it. It's so risky, like we're in so deep here. Oh, okay, that's the to crush the weak, I think, right? Another Phoenix. Yikes. Bounce it back. Counters on Emeritus, I guess, because he's OP. He's the draw engine. We don't ever want him to die. This is going to upset them so much. We could probably spread them around, but at the end of the day, I'm sure it's fine. Woo! Getting those lands out of the way. Yeah! Oh! Get out of here, Mono Red. You cannot compete with the Magecraft. We did a Salt Dive version that was more removal based the other day, and today is, kind of that tempo version. It's a really slow tempo build, but we're able just to, like, Into the Roil, Quandrix Command, Petty Theft. There are so many bounce effects just to be like, you know what? Put it all back in your hand. I'm going to play creatures, ramp, draw, no matter if I'm casting a creature or non-creature, and let's see where we get at the end of the match. Sometimes you don't get it, but we've been blessed today, which is quite nice. Let's get another. Our opponent plays first. I do not like the look of this hand. I'm going to mulligan. This looks better. I don't want to toss this, but at the end of the day, I'm not tossing land. Right, we learned that lesson. More mono red. Give it a break. Give it a break, you guys. Honestly. Just like, that's all these people know is mono red. Every game. All day. It's like, not cool for me, especially as I'm trying to create content. Like, I want to win matches, but I don't want to make, every deck just a life gain anti-red deck. You know what I mean? Like, or like a fight deck where it's all fight effects, like Stompy or something. You can easily beat red, but it's so annoying. So freaking annoying, man. I guess let's just sacrifice this to their stomp, like. Oh man, I don't even know what to do with myself. Hit for 3. They already have Haven in play. I guess tomorrow we'll make an anti-red mono, like a anti-mono red deck. Yeah, nice try, bro. Like, that's so annoying. Sag. I want to use a passage on the Mammoth when we're going to attack. This turn we're going to defend. They want to stomp that thing, right? Up to a 3/3. You know, they can still frostbite it. I don't doubt it. You've been getting wild out on so hard here. Wow. I actually can't believe we make it through that. So we have 5 land. We can double cast both of these. Let's get that Dragonsguard Elite in. Let's hit for 7. Yeah, we might just bounce it and put counters on the Dragonsguard. I think that's our best bet. If they play the Haven, you know, we can kill that as well. Countering it would send it right to the grave. But then, like, what else do they have for the turn? Let's take it. There's another. Okay, so we're going to bounce that. Counters here. The Magecraft goes up, and then the ability saves it. We go down to 2. We have 5. Typically I wouldn't do this, but let's just go for it to push up the Dragonsguard. By golly, is that lethal? By golly, I think we done did it. We beat the mono red filth! Okay, we got a positive win rate. Now that's really important within Mythic. We're moving up the percentages, almost in the top 1500 again, 60%. You know, losing against some of the aggro decks that do it absolutely perfectly. But there's just something about these Dragonsguard Elites. This is a good card. This is a good... Their deck has so many good cards, even Quandrix Command. Mwah! Let's break it all down in our deck tech. Ayo! Mono reds. Is that why the Mythic symbol's that color? Is that why? Is it like a correlation, do you guys think? Mono red equals Mythic sign? Is that why everybody in Mythic's playing mono red? No, don't get me wrong. We've seen some mono white as well, right? That's just how it is so early on into the set when people are just wanting to push rank. They want to finish top 1500. They want to get into the Invitational, right? I do not blame them. That's totally fine, right? And it's my job to introduce new decks to the community to spark some of that competitive nature within everybody else who wants to try new things. So then they get to see it in action. Maybe they think they can improve it a little bit, and then eventually the brews will bleed through the ladder, diluting the current meta, which is a lot of mono red, a lot of mono white, and the rogues are still around as well. But brighter days are ahead. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Comments down below, please. Of course, make sure to like the video on your way out. Also, check out our Linktree, support on Patreon, and all of that jazz. Take care, have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.